Just wanted to record a really quick video talking about the importance of getting the big things, the big chunks, well, not even the big chunks, but just the things in life that are important to move you forward, getting those done first in the day. It doesn't always need to be first, but it probably should be. Um, Reason why I'm bringing this up is today's Sunday, super chill day for me, and I've had all day to do my coding, and I only just now did it, just recently, as you can tell. I usually don't track my time on Sundays, as opposed to like last week, a lot of stuff tracked. Um, but yeah, I didn't get up until like 8 or something. I woke up at 6, 5:46, somewhere around there. So like still woke up pretty early. Decided to sleep in, which is fine. It was nice. But then after that, just letting the day just kind of like flow into whatever I wanted it to be didn't turn out to be. It was really nice, but I still need to prioritize getting those things done. Um, like I notice if I don't prioritize either my daily habits or uh, especially coding, because that's such a big chunk of time. If I'm not doing that early in the morning, it's really hard to find another big chunk of time in the day to do that. Um, yeah, and all the little urgent things that you have, like they'll get done. And I think tracking my time, I've just really realized that all of those little things, they do just find a way of getting done. Or more often than not, for me, it turns out that they weren't really that important. Um, or as urgent. Sorry, they still could be important, but they're not as urgent. And if you're just always doing those, and by the end of the week, the entire week has gone by, and you haven't spent the amount of time that you need to coding or whatever it is that you're working on, whatever things that are moving you forward in life, you're not going to spend that time doing it. And it doesn't matter for one day, right? Like, no, it's just one day. Like, yes, that is 100% true. It's just one day. But if that becomes a habit, and normally it does, then suddenly one day turns into a week, which everyone knows this. I know everyone knows this. I knew it. And it's super annoying to hear someone talk about it because it's like, yes, we all know this, grumble, grumble. But we all still do it. So we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught something new. It all comes back to that. Like, it's just reminding us to do the things we know we need to do. So, anyway, if there's anyone who's watching this who needs a little reminder, here's your reminder. Do the big things first. Whether they're things that take a large chunk of time, like working out, like coding, or working whatever technical skill that you're trying to learn, or just a smaller thing. Like, for me, I try and read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, which is a habit carried over from 75 Hard. Like, uh, honestly, it doesn't take that long. 15, maybe 20 minutes if I'm like going over some stuff or writing some notes down or whatever, writing my thoughts on something that I read. But even then, like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes isn't long. And I still struggle to do that, fit it in during the day. If I don't have either a spot scheduled time during the day that I know I can always hit every single day, or just doing it early in the morning, fitting it sometime in. So, anyway, there's something else that I want to mention. Oh, I don't always follow this for everything. Like for the gym, that is frequently in the evening, as you can see. Frequently in the evening. Uh, and that works for me because I always know that I've got that time there. It hasn't always worked in the past. Sometimes I do like to put it in the morning. But I find one, I'm definitely stronger not in the morning. In the afternoon or evening, I'm stronger. And then two, uh, having the gym at the end of the day, usually at the end of the day, I'm not wanting to sit down and do something mental because that's what I do for work. So if I put the gym at the end of the day and the mental extra work, learning or whatever at the beginning of the day, that works a lot better for me. Um, that said, my wife is on her feet most of the day for her job, and so it makes sense to swap that. She hates going to the gym at the end of the day because she's already been on her feet all day. But doing something with her mind, like, yeah, she could do that. So you can play around with it. I don't necessarily think everything always needs to be in the morning, but you definitely need a slot of time during the day that you know you're not going to be interrupted by, whether from other people or whatever. Like, you need to be able to guarantee every single day that that chunk of time is sacred, reserved, or whatever word you want to call it. And that's a little harder for me to do in the evening, every single evening, but I can definitely do it in the morning. So, anyway, I guess that kind of goes to the whole thought of, oh, people who are successful wake up early in the morning. Like, that's not always true. We know that. There's lots of people who stay up late and are successful. But the thing that I've always noticed about successful people is their sleep schedule is shifted really far early or really far late. And so they're either up really early or really late when no one else is up. Or maybe other people are up, but they have lots of time. If you have your schedule like this and your work schedule is smack in the middle, then you only have like an hour, an hour and a half there extra to play with. But if you shift your schedule, your sleep schedule, then you've got a larger chunk of time. Now that poses its own challenges because then you got to try and stay productive over that large chunk of time. And for me, I'm like, oh, I've got so much time. I can go do this or that. But I think that is largely a better. That's just part of learning the skill of being able to focus and work, and it's better to have a big chunk of time. So that's what I've learned, or it works for me. Anyway, that's basically it. Rant over. See ya.